It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to our latest and what promises to be an incredibly interesting PHYTOCEUTICS segment where we are diving into the fascinating realm of aging gracefully with none other than the esteemed Dr. Carmichael. You've probably heard of his name before, certainly if you've been doing some digging in this area. Doc, great to be connecting with you. I know you've connected with our show before, so thank you for returning. Can we try to bed down what aging actually is?
Aging is what happens to us over, let's say, 80 years of life, where we start to grey, we start to wrinkle, we start to slow down, we notice all these things. We become stiffer and more bent over. And it was always thought that this was a completely inevitable process, that there was nothing we could do about it, therefore don't bother. And then ever since the 1980s, where we discovered the immortal jellyfish, they were like, well, some animals get
Hang on
right,
a minute, yeah.
And then we had the bowhead whale and various other animals. And slowly, the realization began to drop that there are things we can do about our aging. There are genes inside of us. There are pathways inside of us that we can harness if we would like to alter this trajectory. So it's not trying to be Peter Pan. It's not trying to live forever. It's just altering the health trajectory.
And I always feel like it's the effect that the world has on you, which means you can do something about it. And we have seen massive, massive advancements. It almost feels like in this information sharing era that we live in now, professionals such as yourself are out there propagating, sharing knowledge, which I love. But what are those hallmarks of aging?
So that's the big term, the hallmarks of aging. And it's a little confusing at first. If we go back a step to what came before the hallmarks of aging, before that we had the theories of aging. So it might be that a horse wears down its teeth, so the wear and tear theory of aging. As you wear your teeth down, you can't eat.
Sure.
And then there was the free radical antioxidant theory of aging. And then we got to other aging theories like the DNA damage, information theory of aging. And if we damage our DNA, and that started to get to the real element of what some of this aging is about. So now they took 12 of these elements, one of which is damage your DNA, another might be inflammation in the body because of senescent or zombie cells, and their stem cells is another one. So as we run out of stem cells, we don't do so well. And they took 12 of these things, and these are the hallmarks of aging. And so now we're looking at what can we do with the hallmarks. What's the most important hallmark? Is there one that sits above the rest?
This is like a practical guide to being a human. I want to talk about lifestyle and supplementation. How much of a role can that play?
So the lifestyle we lead is very powerful. The supplements are added on, and they're very important on a daily basis. But the lifestyle is the primary thing. If we don't get the lifestyle right, if we don't get our sleep, our stress, and our sugar consumption, so the three S's, those three things right, then nothing else fits in place. So we've got to get those basics right first. And then on the back of that, there's different things we can do. So the problem with us humans is that as we get older, we tend to move towards comfort. And if we can recognize that and recognize that discomfort activities, cold water swimming, the heat of a sauna, fasting.
Preach it! Preach it, Doc!
If we can start to embrace that, as opposed to sitting on the couch, it makes such a difference on a daily basis.
You must see some common threads, some of those products that really do kind of stand out. Can you give us just a few of those that really jump off the page?
It was always a good multivitamin, high quality, with all the right stuff in it, because we don't get enough nutrients in our diet, would be right up there. I'm not saying it's number one, it would be right up there. The fish oil is always going to be there, high quality fish oil. But really the exciting things that have been coming through would be the NMN. And then if I were to choose one other, I'd choose quercetin. So quercetin we know from onions, from apples. That's where we get it, but you need to eat a lot of onions to get enough of it. So we supplement it high quality. And quercetin is probably best known as an anti-allergy type of product, but it's also an anti-inflammatory. As we get older, we collect these zombie cells inside of us, which are the senescent cells, and we stiffen up more and more. Every time you get out of bed, it's just a bit stiffer than last year. And so it's very difficult to clear these cells that have been half cleared, they've been parked by the body, but the body doesn't know what to do with them. And so senolytics, things that will remove those senescent cells, are important, and quercetin is a very important one of those.
Maybe we can round this off with, because you're fighting a battle of misinformation as much as you are a lack of education. So what are some of the misconceptions, or maybe one heavy hitter, that you want to dispel when it comes to aging? And maybe just a little bit of advice in terms of the supplementation for people to look at their own system and know where to start that journey.
I think the biggest misinformation is that why bother? You can't do anything about it, or it's too late. I've been smoking for 20 years or 30 years. And it's never too late. And if you just, you measure how the body shifts after stopping smoking.
Especially smoking, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, or I've got a fatty liver. That can be reversed in a month if you cut out the sugar or you cut out the alcohol. So I think that's the biggest misnomer, is that I can't do anything about it. It's never too late. And there's a lot we can do. No matter what your age, if you're 50, if you're 70, if you're 30, it makes a difference. So that would be my big thing, encouragement for people. And I think supplement-wise, we don't need a huge number of supplements. We need most of our supplements from our food. We need that rainbow plate of food that we eat.
For sure.
But we do need to top it up. And so within that, I would say choose 2 or 3 or 4 high-quality supplements, as opposed to lots of poor quality supplements.
The shotgun effect. Yep, go for that rapier. That's going to go straight to the DNA of the cell. Yes. The bottom line is the power is in our hands. Don't think that aging, like tax, is just there for all of us to deal with. It is there, but we are so empowered to do something about it. Now, remember, when choosing your products, you can use an exclusive 15% discount on your purchase by using our code, courtesy of us. It's Expresso, and that's on PHYTOCEUTICS.com, their platform. You can also, as an added bonus, on top of the added bonus, stand a chance to win one of 2 1,000 Rand vouchers redeemable on PHYTOCEUTICS.com. So to enter, what you've got to do is tell us this: which PHYTOCEUTICS product you'd like to include in your healthy aging journey. And it is a journey, so you can share your answer with us on any of our platforms, our Expresso Facebook, X or Instagram pages, using that all-important hashtag PHYTOCEUTICS in your entry, or you don't qualify. And you can find all the T's and C's that apply on expressoshow.com. That competition will run up until the 20th of May. We're going to get a lot of entrants, so get yours in and make it a good one. Doctor, thank you so much. I think I might need to book an actual appointment with you, but that was absolute gold. Thank you.
Thanks, Graham.
Enhance your beauty from within with PHYTOCEUTICS range of skin, hair, nail and longevity promoting products. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at PHYTOCEUTICS.com.